I recently got involved in the final closed playtest for Battlefield 3 Project Reality. Is this the next big meal sim? Is Battlefield 2 PR over? Is this worth your time? Let's get into it. Battlefield 3 PR is in many ways a direct sequel to Battlefield 2 PR. Made by a number of the same devs behind the original Project Reality and designed on a Battlefield engine, this feels much more like a PR successor than Squad. Oh, I think I killed him. The mod has many of the features you'll find in a modern realism shooter experience. Local, squad, and squad leader voice chat.
Hello. Hi there.
This map
Hello.
looks like a
Hello.
The ability to create custom 8-man squads, limited kits per squad, deployable rally point squad spawns, and team-wide fob spawns, AES sequential flag capping game modes, and a stripped-down HUD to emphasize realism. Any milsim player who's dabbled in the likes of Project Reality, Squad, or Hell Let Loose will find the general mechanics a familiar sight. The initial positives of this mod are obvious. It runs really well. Aside from random crashes caused by a memory leak issue, I was able to play the mod on ultra settings on 100 player server with no lag, no stuttering, no frame drops. This may prove to be a huge selling point for this mod. I feel many squad players in particular have become somewhat disheartened by the poor performance you can expect in that game, even with a top of the line rig. The fact that Battlefield 3 PR is built on the silky smooth Battlefield 3 engine is a huge positive. The graphics as a whole really hold up. In general, there were multiple moments where I was literally taken aback by the sheer cinematic quality of some of the environments I was fighting in. Look at this, man. Walking around this bombed out Iraqi city, it really feels like it. Walking through a forest, the foliage really makes you feel like you're in a forest. While these elements are icing on the cake for some shooters, I've found for realism shooters especially, having an immersive environment is a big part of the experience. This mod has that in spades. But what's the gameplay like? With the current build, it definitely falls on the more arcadey side. While weapons do have a near perfect recoil model in my opinion, you have a stamina bar that doesn't currently seem to affect shooting at all, or at least not in any meaningful way. There also seems to be no deviation. You can absolutely come out of a full sprint, pull up your scope and tap a guy, no problem. But wait, don't take this as a negative, there's more. You might be down. I've been shot from refinery, I need a medic again. I walked into this playtest with a fairly simple premise. Is this going to be more like my beloved Project Reality, or more like Battlefield 3? In the current build, it falls on the side of Battlefield 3. However, playing this game was like playing what I wanted vanilla Battlefield 3 to be on release, but never got. Not to stray too far from the topic, but the Battlefield franchise has long held this idea of making games that provide Battlefield moments. Games in the franchise from Bad Company 2 backwards considered Battlefield moments to be a moment where a squad comes together to pull off something cool. Battlefield moments from Battlefield 3 onwards became jumping out of a plane, RPGing the plane behind you, then jumping back into your plane. The very much solo cool experience in a sandbox environment. I personally despise the sandbox solo one-man army experience, which has largely alienated me from Battlefield titles going forward. However, Battlefield 3 Project Reality gives me the Battlefield moments of old, the secret sauce lost for generations. That tree's just fallen down.
Sorry, southeast.
Wow.
You could get around there.
You forget how good Battlefield used to be. While it is a little arcadey in terms of realism shooters, time and time again I was making moves with a squad of guys I'd never played with before, all communicating, all working together to support each other. Honestly, it gave me nostalgic vibes of my time as a younger man, playing Battlefield 2142 with the boys, taking missile silos and storming the Titan, hand in hand into oblivion. This is a massive positive for this mod, and why I feel it has mountains of potential. At the moment there are only a couple of light vehicles, infantry focused maps, and only a handful of slightly customizable kits. The game feels very much in its infancy, but the core is there. You know when you loaded up Battlefield 2042 for the first time and it was an absolute abomination? And you knew from 5 minutes of playing the game that no amount of patching would save it because the game is just terrible? This is not that. Opening Battlefield 3 PR, even in its alpha state, is like opening a window into a future filled with me playing this game for hours on end. I'm not sure exactly where they intend to take the game. As it stands, I feel this could fit a very important niche for players looking for the battlefield they've lost, while simultaneously appealing to players who are unsatisfied by Squad, but unwilling to play Battlefield 2 PR simply due to its age and general jank. The barrier to entry is fairly low. You need to own Battlefield 3 plus all the expansions, but the mod is of course completely free. And with an official release very much on the horizon, if anything that I've said or any of the footage you've seen speaks to you, I'd strongly suggest giving the mod a go, especially if you already have Battlefield 3. But what do you think? Any Battlefield 3 PR enthusiasts out there? Anyone involved in the playtest who has a differing opinion? Let me know in the comments. Hope this video finds you well, and all the best.
Oh fuck, artillery shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No me, no me, no me.
Oops. Is that on us?
This is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's where
Nah, there's no way this gets me.
the,
No
the
chance.
first artillery
I
and
died.
it was on me.